Okay, viewers, you're watching the Nard Elorm Show. This is where you get the best of entertainment, fashion, and other stuff. There's been conversation going on currently about Nigerian artists and then Ghanaian artists. And one of our own, Shatta Wale, has accused Nigerian artists of not supporting Ghanaian artists. Now, these conversations have been going on for some time now, and I'm sure you've heard it. Other key industry players have waved into the conversation. And one of them is no less a person than Baba Sadiq of Three Music, the Waterland boss, very intelligent, smart guy. And according to him, he doesn't see why Ghanaian artists should be crying wolf about Nigerian artists not supporting them. And that Ghanaian artists have what they have to do to make sure that they also fly out there, just like some of the Nigerians are doing currently. So it shouldn't be about emotional discussion. It should be intellectual. It should be something that our artists can learn from it and also make sure that they put it into practice and Ghana gets there at the end of the day. With me to do the discussion here today is Kojo. Kojo is a digital operative and an entertainment enthusiast. And like I said earlier on, we picked certain information from what Baba Sadiq posted on his Facebook timeline on the 1st of January 2020. Okay, so Kojo, we're talking about the beef, what we call the current beef, right? This one, it appears there is something or there are some few things we can learn from. Kojo is a digital operative and he's in the space, he's in the internet space, so he knows quite a lot about that area. Kojo, now, Baba Sadiq has spoken, the Three Music boss has spoken, he's given his opinion on the current beef between Shatta Wale and Burna Boy. Shatta saying that Nigerian artists don't support, pointing Burna Boy in particular. Do you agree with Baba?
Yeah, I think what Baba said was actually an observation from afar that I've also had. So basically, on the 1st of January, I also had a chance to read on his timeline what he wrote. And it's very interesting because he spoke of people in the value chain. And then our neighbors, one way or the other, do not owe us any promotion. We need to do things and do things well. So picking from what he said, start from people in the value chain. So promoters, videographers, what do you call it, radio DJs, TV hosts, all these people are in the value chain. So if you value them, digital operatives, if you value all of them, then you can get to where you want to get. And you don't give value to what they are doing within the space as people who are helping the space to stand. And basically, you can't get anywhere. What the Nigerians are doing is that in terms of promotion, yes, an artist have to do so many things. And in terms of promotion, the Nigerians are doing it so well. They do their promotion in a country where they have 200 million people, and they come down to Ghana to come and do the same promotion where we have 35 million people. So they value our number, which is 35 million. In Shatta's post, one of his posts or one of his utterances, he said he doesn't need the Nigerians to do anything or blow or hit. But you can see they have 200 million, but they still leave that 200 million after working over there, getting the minds of this 200 million, come down to Ghana, and then come target the 65 million we have over here. So if you add these two numbers, you have 200 million plus 35, you have 235 million people you are targeting. You are just targeting your 35 million, and you say you don't need them. So you see, we need to look at this issue holistically, devoid of emotions and nationalism. Let's look at the numbers and statistics and see that where can we work on our craft, what we need to do, so that we also get to where these guys are.
Thank you. Honestly, Shatta said he doesn't need Nigeria's 200 million. You out there, you are also your own judge as well. I mean, just like Kojo said, I think that we have to move away from emotional arguments and discussions and get technical, because obviously there is something to benefit from this, both countries. Now, Nigerians are our brothers. If they are doing something right, Why don't we learn from the Kojo? What are Nigerians doing right?
Yeah. So Nigerians, if you look at the statistics we have in terms of internet penetration, we are about 100 million internet penetration, and then about 50% of this 100 million have access to the social media space we all have now in Ghana. For Ghana, about 50% of our 35 million have access to the internet, and 50% of that same number, about 8 million, have access to social media, or we frequent the social media space here and there. So these are the spaces that we need to look at. There's traditional media, of course, which this Nigerians do promotion at, and then the Ghanaians also do promotions the same. But look at traditional media, radio station. You go there at 2 o'clock to have a show or a promotion on one of your music. Those who are ready to listen to the radio at 2 o'clock will hear that there's a new music out there. But look at the vast number of people who will be working at that time. They won't know that you have a music around for them to listen to because they are at that time working. But all these people during any point in time of the day, they come onto social media. They come onto the digital space, and then they get to know that you have something out there for them to listen to. Why? Because even though they weren't around at 2 o'clock, on their timeline, they've been chatting about you, searching for your content. So Facebook also sees that, okay, this person likes Shatta music, likes Sarkodie, likes Burna. So immediately you come on social media. If you come on social media at 6 in the evening, even though the show was 12 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 6 in the evening, Facebook will tell you there's a new song from Shatta or a new song from Sarkodie or Burna. Aha. So with the digital space, that's the advantage. With the traditional space, it is two and two alone. Until the person does another one, you don't hear anything again. But with social media, it is two after two, it is all over. Anytime you come, Facebook will tell you there's something new for you from this particular artist. So the Nigerians have taken that space. They are doing the traditional one and they've captured the digital space. But the Ghanaians are only doing the traditional one, and then the digital space, they are not doing well at all.
Okay, Ghanaians are really not doing well in the in the social media space. I think that our concentration have actually been on the traditional media, which happens to be radio, TV, and radio and TV, mainly, right?
Mainly billboards.
All right, fine. So this is the space that we are doing well.
Yeah.
Our focus should rather be on where we are not doing well. Where are we not doing well?
Where we are not doing well, of course, we are doing well in other areas, but that area is also very important. On a digital space, let's compare two artists, one Ghanaian, one Nigerian. And I like us to do Shatta and then Burna because there's a few between them. And people will then draw their attention and know what's really happening. Because Shatta is big there in Ghana. Burna is also big there in Nigeria. So what are they doing differently that the Ghanaians are also not doing? And let's look at the Facebook aspect first. Now, Facebook, Shatta came onto Facebook in 2012. Now, from 2012 till now, 2022, Shatta has 1.3 million followers on Facebook. Look at what Burna is also doing. Burna came in 2017 to Facebook. Now he has 6.6 million followers. So, meaning Shatta is doing something, but not doing as much as Burna is doing, even though Burna came late. So, Burna came late, but he's doing something very important. He has gotten a group of digital guys who are managing his digital space. So he always have traction in every country that is important that he should have traction at. Now let's look at the details very well. Now in Shatta Wale's Facebook environment, he has 3 people managing his Facebook page. And all those
that you mean the whole world or only Ghana?
Only Ghana. It is only 3 people who are managing his Facebook page, and they are all in Ghana. And we should bear in mind that social media and the internet is territorial. So what happens here on the social media pages of Ghanaians is only viral in Ghana. It's not viral in Togo. So you may be viral and big in Ghana, but if you go to Togo, nobody knows you because the internet and social media is territorial. Every country has their own social media page and what happens over there. So even all of us will open www.facebook.com The Facebook that someone in Togo will see is different from the Facebook you are going to see in terms of content. So you can be viral here, you can't be viral in Togo or in the US. So then you have to do something strategically, and that is what the Nigerians are doing well. Look at what Burna has done. Now, Burna from 2017 till now has 6.6 million followers. Now, in Canada, he has 38 people managing his Facebook page. So this person understands, so he has given his Facebook page to people who understand the space, that Facebook and the internet is territorial. So you can hate in your country, but nobody knows you in another country. So he's targeted Canadians and people in Canada. So he says 38 people should manage his page over there. So these 38 people, anytime they post anything on Burna Boy, using Burna Boy's page, he gets traction over there. So then people in Canada always know, oh, there's a Burna Boy somewhere. Now, in US, he has 33 people. UK, he has 16 people. France, which is a French-speaking country, and Burna sings in English and his local dialect, but he's having people to manage his page in France. So then people in France know Burna Boy. Now, let's compare the two. Ghanaians are managing Shatta's page in Ghana. Is anybody managing in France? So basically, if you put Shatta and Burna in front of French people, they will know Burna, they will not know Shatta. Now let's continue. In Netherlands, he has 7 people managing for Burna. Belarus, 4 people. Brazil, 3. Germany, 3. Mexico, 3. Russia, 3. Spain, 3. Austria, 2. Belgium, 2. And Lebanon, 1. So Lebanon of all places, so my friends, Burna has someone managing his page over there. So you take Shatta to Lebanon, you take Burna to Lebanon, but they will point at Burna that they know Burna Boy, but they don't know Shatta. It is because of what Burna is doing. He has given his Facebook or a digital space to people who are vested in that particular space. So this is what they are doing for him. So if you know that the digital space is territorial, you won't feed on the idea that you are viral in Ghana. So that is all. You should invest in that particular. If you look at their YouTube space, now YouTube, Shatta went there to 2012. He has 700,000 subscribers. Now he has 220 million views from 2012 to now. Now, 6 years later, after Shatta has been there 2012, Burna went there in 2018. Now Burna has 1.1 billion views. So you see that Burna has had people who are working for him digitally and making sure that any point in time, people who come onto the internet space get to know him and who he is. If you check his Facebook analytics right now, Burna Boy, he has a show in Dublin, Ireland, April. Look at the time span. He has started doing promotion on it, paying Facebook to do adverts on that. And you know how Facebook works? If you are doing promotion, it will ask you, who do you want to target in Dublin, Ireland? So Burna will say, okay, I want to target people who love Burna Boy. So you get them. Those people who like concerts. So if he chooses those who like concerts, basically it will be people who doesn't even know Burna, but they like concerts. So Burna's cover picture and other things will appear to them, and they will see concerts. Since they love concerts, they will go and listen to Burna music. And then if they like the music, before Burna Boy gets to Ireland, Dublin, they are there on the concert grounds waiting for him. So Shatta will have a show in Dublin. Burna will also have a show in Dublin. But Burna will fill the stadium. Shatta will not. So these are some of the things we need to look at. Look at the numbers critically. Value the people in the value chain. Respect what they do. Get so that they do the job.
This is free consultation, you know. I've really enjoyed discussing this with Kojo. Kojo has brought out a lot of. It's really taken us deep into the technicalities of it. I think that we all be happy to see our artists. I mean, move on and replying out there, you know. But then there is work to do because clearly, according to what Kojo said, the Nigerians are really working, and as compared to our artists in Ghana, it's not like the Ghanaian artists are not working. They're also working, but I think they should work harder. We are so grateful you've been with us all through. Like and share. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Once again, my name is Nard Elorm, and this is the Nard Elorm Show, and I've been here with Kojo. See you.